This lesson is another way to graph a linear equation, which is a graph of a line. There's one learning target goal for 2.4. I can graph linear equations written in standard form. Write that down. This is a bit different, standard form versus slope-intercept form. Vocabulary. So this explains what standard form is. So again, write down standard form, and the definition is when a linear equation is written in standard form, it looks like this. ax plus by equals c. If you need some numbers in there, we can do that. A and b are not 0. So it would be 3x plus 4y equals 12. And usually what we do is solve it for y, and then it would be in slope-intercept form. In this case, if it's ax plus by equals a constant, you're going to leave it in that form and graph it. Can any linear equation be written in standard form? So hopefully you can answer that by the time we're done. So can any linear equation be written in standard form? Yes or no? We're going to jump right to the first one. And this is a situation where you'd have to write an equation, very similar to the water world equation. You have $40 to spend on turkey and cheese for a party. At the deli, turkey is $10 per pound. There's the word per, so it's going to represent change. And cheese is $6 per pound. Write an equation that represents the situation where you're letting x be pounds of turkey, so I'm just going to put an x by turkey and a y by cheese. Pounds of cheese. In this case, you don't have the y equaling your cost or your answer. We already have the cost or the price you're spending, $40. And that comes from $10 times x, because turkey is x, $10 per pound, x stands for pounds, plus, and cheese you're buying is $6 per pound, so $6 per pound of cheese. So that's why I used a y for cheese. The reason I use this situation is because this equation is written in standard form. ax plus by equals c. Now I'm switching to the second example to graph it. So the equation I copied right here. You're going to do the same. Here it is. 10x plus 6y equals 40. So my point for using this equation is because we had to write the equation, and now the equation is in standard form. So I'm going to show you how to graph an equation in standard form. The first method we used a table of values to find points to plot. We're going to skip that. The second way we did the graphing would be to solve the equation for y, and then you use the slope and the y-intercept. So we've done that. The third way we're going to use is leaving the equation in slope-intercept form, especially if it's written that way. So I'm going to move it. It is. So this is what we're working with. And you're going to just identify the x and the y-intercepts. Don't change it out of here. The y-intercept is when it crosses the y-axis, so x is 0. And if you're wondering, what? Draw a sketch of a coordinate plane. Draw a line that crosses the x and the y. So this is the y-intercept, and the x is 0. There we go. So we're going to put 0 in for y and find x. As you notice, this would cancel, and we'd have 10x equals 40, or x would be 4. Now we're going to find the x-intercept. The x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. We're looking for that x value. And at this point, y is 0. So we are looking for the x-intercept, and it's when y is 0. So what we do is put 0 in for y. So we take turns, sorry. We put 0 in here. So we have 10 times 6, 10 times 0 is 0, which leaves us with 6y equals 40. Divide by 6, divide by 6. It doesn't work out nicely. As you can see, feel free. 40 divided by 6 is 6.7 around, or 6 2/3. So 6 goes into 40 6 times, that's 36. You get 4 left over out of 6. So 6 2/3. Those are the 2 points we're graphing then. We have 2 points to make a line. I think it's pretty clever. Can you graph those? Yes, and it's nice because they're both intercepts. Nice graph, hey? So we have 2 points, 0, 4, 0, 4, that's the y-intercept. It should be on the y-axis. And 6 2/3 and 0. So 6 2/3 and 0. And it should be on the x-axis, and it is. And then draw your line. So we are using standard form and finding the x and y intercepts to graph. So I just did that one. So now example 2. It is in standard form. We have ax plus by equals c. We are going to find 2 points, and the 2 points we are finding are the x and the y intercepts. So x-intercept and the y-intercept. And again, the x-intercept we're trying to find, and that's when y is 0. So we're trying to find the x-intercept. Where it crosses the x-axis, y is 0. When the y-intercept, we're trying to find x is 0. So now we just have to do some substitution. So let's go. Put 0 in for y. So there we go. And solve for x. So we have negative 2x equals negative 6. So x is 3. X-intercept is 3. I'm going to put 0 in for x. And I get 3y equals negative 6. So y equals negative 2. There we go. Those are the 2 points we are graphing, the x and the y intercepts. They're on the x and the y axes. 3, 0. That's the x-intercept that crosses the x-axis. The y-intercept is 0, negative 2. And we can graph the line now. We have 2 points. We don't find a third point, so we're using just the x and the y intercepts. Wrapping it up, I know it's nice, is example 3. It is in standard form. Leave it in standard form. There it is. Leave it in standard form and just find the 2 points, the x and the y intercept. The x-intercept we're trying to find, and it's when y is 0. The y-intercept we're trying to find right here, and it's when x is 0. So I set it up, I'm ready to go. All right, y is 0. So put 0 in for y. And as you notice, this is the one I gave you during core. It should look like the one you already have. So 3 in your notebooks. 3x equals 15, x equals 5. Beautiful. Now I'm going to switch it. I'm going to put 0 in for x. So if I put 0 in for x, I'm going to write this down here. If you notice, this whole piece goes away. So 5y equals 15 or y equals 3. When I put 0 in for y, that piece goes away. So we have our 2 points. 5, 0. That's our x-intercept. It crosses the x-axis. 0, 3 is the y. And you should have this done twice. We did this twice in our notebooks during core. My line is a little crooked, but it'll work. Natalie, don't say a word about my line. So that's better, kind of. So we're done with that. I think it looks great. 2 points, the x and the y intercept. And now it's your turn. you have 3 problems. And notice that I did not tell you which method to use. We have 3 now. Using a table of values. Use a table of values. You choose the x, then you solve for y. That's 1. The second way is slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. The slope is m, the y-intercept is b. And the last one is standard form. Ax plus by equals c. And you are finding 2 points, the x and the y-intercepts. One should be on the y-axis, one should be on the x-axis. Woo! That's it.